So a couple things are happening in The Walking Dead sphere of the world. No hints really at the next season, but Maggie's actor Lauren Cohen did respond to the cancellation of The Whiskey Cavalier. We had a video on how it was strongly hinted at a couple months ago that it was going to be cancelled, and it looks like TV by the Numbers wasn't lying, which is very unfortunate, but that's how a lot of these new TV shows go. Lauren basically released a tweet saying, "Dear Whiskey Cavalier fans, I had so much fun with you guys on our Whiskey Wednesday tweet parties. I truly appreciate the love and support you've given us. And to our amazing crew, thank you for bringing the show to life." Of course, Warner Brothers is marketing the show to other companies to see if they would like to pick it up. So it's always possible it might come back, it might spring back to life. But, shows like this, they get canceled all the time, so it really shouldn't be too much of a surprise. Creating a hit show, or one that can float for a couple years, is an incredibly hard thing to do. And so for the time being, Lauren is going to be returning as a role as Maggie in The Walking Dead. But where one comes back, one kind of goes away. Denai Guerrera, who plays Michonne on The Walking Dead, is heading out in season 10, and we're going to be having quite a shakeup next season because of all of this change, with a central focus being on the group as a whole instead of a single main character like Rick was. And that's actually how the comic book is going too. Speaking of Rick, everyone knows by now that he's considered to be dead in the show. For the most part, everyone in the show knows he's dead. They don't know he was saved by Anne. Like in the comic book, he literally just died. In a way almost akin to how Eddard Stark, or Ned Stark, died in season 1 of Game of Thrones. He died by some spoilt or entitled brat with too much power, just like how Joffrey killed Ned. So it's an interesting comparison there. It's not a whole lot, but Robert Kirkman, who made the Walking Dead comic books, tweeted, "It's almost like a big deal or something." He was responding to an announcement for the cutoff day for retailers who distribute the latest issue of the Walking Dead comic book, basically emphasizing that there's something big happening in it, and everyone should pay attention to it. But ever since the issue was released, people have been worried or /hopeful that it would be a fake out, like a couple of them before. But as for me, I hoped it wasn't a fake out, but that seems unlikely now that Kirkman is so emphasizing what just happened. Like, if it's basically a double-edged sword if it was a fake out. The more attention you bring to the fake out, the more the fallout is going to be. But you also get a lot of viewership. But this is just not going to be a fake out. This is going to be the real deal. This is how Rick Grimes actually died in the comic book. It wasn't saving someone or sacrificing himself. It was very unceremonious. Back in 2017, Kirkman did say that, hopefully there have been points where you go, is this it? Is this where Rick Grimes dies? And he doesn't. End quote. But honestly, I never thought for a moment Rick's life was in any danger. Any character that survives this long as Rick has, seemingly they would have plot armor on. Of course, plot armor gets stronger the more dangerous situations they're put in and they survive it. Luckily, Rick doesn't have too many of those. But Kirkman was true to his word when he said no one is safe. And honestly, I'm really excited for the next issue of The Walking Dead. I want to know how Kirkman's planning on making everyone survive without Rick. How his life's going to be without Rick? Will they do another time skip with Rick's group now in charge of the Commonwealth? And Negan will be the analogous version of the previous leader of the Commonwealth, who's now in prison. It could be like some weird parallel that we get now. And I mean, when I say Negan, I'm talking about Negan in the TV show. I really can't wait for the TV show to come back, speaking of that, to mostly see how the next arc is going to be set up, like the Commonwealth arc, because it's a huge change for the show. Just like the change was when Rick and his group first got to Alexandria. They were no longer like traveling merchants. They weren't going from, camp to camp. They stayed in one place for a couple seasons, and they're still there. The Commonwealth is this next big thing, and Rick actually stays there for it, but he's now he wasn't going to be in charge of it. The whole excitement for the Whisper arc kind of died down a little bit. The Pike scene really is the penultimate moment. And I guess there is another one where Negan's involved. But I don't know if that can fill an entire season unless you kind of stretch it. So I wonder what the last couple episodes are going to be about. But that's basically it for this video. If you enjoyed, please drop a like and subscribe for more Walking Dead stuff. And more likely than not, a lot of Game of Thrones stuff too, since we're on the last episode next Sunday. And I'm definitely going to be doing a review about how that ends, because there's a lot of rumors coming around and no one likes it. But, that's to be expected. But anyways, until next time, thanks for watching.